time on this channel means CSS Advanced to Master. We always do this CSS Beginners to Master on this channel, and in fact, CSS Beginners to Master nowadays goes for a long time. It's yes, previous week also I did, and this week I did. This week actually not I did. Actually, Masam is doing this at 2:30 PM IST. He's doing okay, and this thing I thought I know some this advanced CSS also. A lot of people might have done that thing a lot of time, beginners one, so this will be a new thing for them, this advanced thing, and if people like it, we are going to do it, continue doing it from the next month onwards a lot, because the thing is that the things we teach in basic CSS, it is more than enough, but beginners CSS beginners to advanced, it is more than enough. But if you want to master CSS, then this is the series which you need to do, because we're going to do some specific things like you might have seen this in the your description also, like button and all. So we're going to create some advanced kind of animations and all those things. In fact, next week also there will be some CSS advanced animation things will be there. So I'm just telling it. So again at 7, because at 8:30 it is our prime time. At 8:30 we have JavaScript. Okay, and next week it is React. So that is always same like CSS, then your JavaScript, then React, and fourth week this time we're thinking of React Native. Okay, soon we will come out with something like to tell you all in advance what will be done. So but sometimes we also take something on the fly also. So this Wednesday also I'm going to have something, but that I will decide it on Wednesday. And this Saturday Sunday we're planning to have that monthly long boot camp. Okay, 2 days boot camp, just like we had it previous month, because we have got some very good response from it and people want to do that thing. So we are going to do that, continue that. Okay, so this is something which CSS advanced to mastery. So this is some big topic, so we need time. So let's get started soon. Let's get started. And again, participation certificate will be given and attendance will be taken at the end. So just like I have an empty folder. Okay, yeah. So here I'll come and today in the first day we are going to do means create some fancy buttons. Okay, so let me do one thing. Okay, new folders, and it will be buttons, because maybe that is the main thing, or maybe all right, maybe we can do 2-3 things. So day 1 I'll write maybe, and then drag it here, and here let's quickly write a index.html and style.css, and in the index.html I'll come day 1 and length style.css and go live. Okay, so it will open in Safari. I don't want it to open in Safari. I don't want to play it with the Chrome, because I don't know how it will behave in Safari. Okay, you never knows. Okay, one more thing. Okay, that is okay. And one more thing I want to tell. See this font thing. Okay, so we can take the Google fonts here also. So we take one Google font here. Okay, and let us write let me not write the HTML. So I'll anyways explain. The CSS part is something which I want to tell. Okay, so hope you all able to see everything which I'm doing. Okay, so just let me save it and let me show what is there. Day 1 CSS 3 fancy button. Yeah, fancy buttons you can say. And this is where you play and all is there, instruction, blah blah blah. And why I'm writing this thing. Okay, Facebook style. So first button is there, which we are going to do Facebook style. Then the 3D button is there, then some gradient button is there, then some toggle UI switch buttons are there. Okay, so those are all there. So first thing is the Facebook style. And here we have a button name is button, class we have given some class name, and button dark is there and one button light is there. Okay, so let's get started with the Facebook style button first. Okay, so Facebook style button, so I will choose this thing, Facebook style button, and I will tell all of you, please go through the CSS beginners to advanced first before coming here. If you're totally new in CSS, this will go over your head. This is some very advanced stuff. Okay, so CSS, that's why I didn't used to do these things earlier. Okay, so that is there. So Facebook style button, and there is now this, all the good buttons have something known as box shadow. So box shadow, here we will have this box shadow here, and in the box shadow we can take a inset, like inset I can take, and 0 1 pixel. And box shadow is something which you have a lot of box shadow generators also. So we don't means generally do that thing. Okay, so we can do that. And Facebook blue is this 4D73BF. Okay, this is Facebook blue. Okay, you can take it from Facebook, and the background is, and all the code will be there, so you can take all this code and create, use this button in your code and all those things. Okay, so this all things will be there. Okay, 47B2, and border is 1px solid, 47B2, and color is white, and text shadow is 01px0-3359A5. Save it and see, both of the buttons are showing like this. Okay, like the Facebook style. Okay, Facebook. Okay, I don't want to do this thing. Yeah. Facebook style button, I don't want to do Facebook. Darker only I want to do. So but I need to do something more. Okay, the buttons are very small, so not Facebook style button, and border ready. So in this series we have some very cool animation also, you'll find it very good. So CSS we will do crazy things. Okay, font size is 0.9 gram, and padding is 6px and 12px. Save it. So now they are looking good. And now let's have some hover property here in the dark button. So then we are going to create the light button also. So is we style this, and hover background is hash 2B54A7. And what will be taught, this is, that is there in the description. What will be taught in this 5 days, that is there. Okay, so like this, come here, and the hover a bit less, the dark, it is getting more darker. Okay, so other thing is which we want to do is the active also I'll do, and round is 1D4698, and border color is 1D4698. So that is like active. You click on it, and then it become active. So now we need to create the light button. So let us create the light button. So Facebook style light we are going to create now. So dot Facebook style light, and the background will be different. hash f6 f7 f9, and border is 1px solid hash 𝐶ET0D4, and color is hash 4b4 f56. So this is also like this, and over background is hash E9EBE, and see it is showing like this, and the active will be there after this. Active is background is hash D8 DADE, and border color is same thing. Save it. So that is done. Now these Facebook buttons are done. Now we are going to do the next buttons, which are the 3D buttons. So these 3D buttons, we are going to do this now, 3D buttons, and we're going to make some cool 3D buttons. Okay, so here we have this button 3D one. So we'll first choose this button 3D one. So dot button 3D one, and then so here the something is that position relative and all we are going to use. So position is relative, and background is orange red, border is none, so like this, and color is white, and padding is 15px and 24px. So padding is like this, and font size is 1.4 rem. Okay, so it has become big. Now we'll have some box shadow also. Box shadow is -6px 6px0, and we'll take the HSL 16 100% 30%. So this -6 pixels, see this -6 pixel I've taken this box shadow, and because of this it is going a bit outside here. Okay, it is like this, it is going there. Okay, then one sec. Let me give some padding. Given some padding, so it was going this side, so that's all. Okay, so that is there. So see, it is already looking very good. It's 3D thing. As I was telling, this -6 pixel is doing the magic. So it is looking as if it is coming out. So this is how we make the 3D thing. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to come here and do the hover, and it will be the background is like HSL 16, 100%, 45%. So like this, we come here and see this. The background is checking. Okay, so now active, I'm going to do active, and background is okay. Top is 3 pixel and left is minus 3 pixel. Okay, and this box shadow is like minus 3 pixel, 3 pixel SSL, and this is okay. Okay, minus 3 pixel, this will also be 3 pixel. Okay, now I will save it. Now I will come here and I'll press it. See, I'm pressing it. It is sort of, it is going down. It is sort of going down because this box shadow, this, because it is box shadow, it is moving. This is, I have made it at minus 3 pixel. Okay, so it is sort of, it is sort of moving. Okay, so it is giving the effect like it is a bit of moving on the active. So this is what giving me this moving thing. Okay, so that is good. But this one thing is remaining. This edges of the shadows are still there. Okay, edges are the shadow are not matching with the button. So what we need to do, we need to have some, create some small triangles here. Okay, small triangles we have to create. So it, and it will move, it will move to that spot. So with that thing we have to do with, there is something known as the before and after. So that thing we have to do with this before and after. Okay, so we'll come here and do this thing, and then before, and here the main thing is the position relative. So we can use the position absolute. So see the small thing which was remaining, it will be done absolute, and this button will look really amazing. Okay, display. And so in this advanced master series we are going to create some magic with CSS, because CSS we can do a lot of magic. Okay, so that is like that, and height is 0 and width is 0. And so there is a thing in CSS, see how you can make a triangle with CSS. So if you look into that, there are very good articles like triangle, and they have got some very good explanation with, are also there. Triangle with CSS, triangle with CSS, you can see a very good article. CSS trick articles are also the, CSS trick is the top article, means how we can do this triangle with CSS. This is a very common thing to do with CSS. Okay, so CSS triangles are very common actually. So you do the shadow of one and all. So all these articles are there, very good articles. So that is something which we are going to do here. This triangle will be here and one triangle will be here. So that is something which we are going to do. So one we are doing it is before. So before and after are two pseudo element we, with which you can do additional stylings. Okay, before and after. So with I am done, then border is 6px solid, and it is not, it is a transparent 6px solid transparent, and then border is right is 6px solid HSL, the same thing like this 16 one. Okay, and border left width is 0 pixel, and background is none, and top is 0 pixel, and left is minus 6 pixel. I will save it. See, now see what is happening. Now see, you saw that this triangle is there. Now even if I, okay, now this triangle is moving out, but at least this triangle is there in this thing. Okay, so we are going to do this one more thing, means okay, so we have to add it to this active after also. So this is something very good stuff is there. Okay, so let us do thing first. Let us make the other triangle. So that other triangle will be made in the after. So I'm going here and I will make the after. So other triangle is here. There should be one triangle here also. So absolute, again I have taken this absolute block 0 6px solid, and border, this will be border top is there solid and all, border bottom width is there, background none is there, and it is right is 0, and and bottom is 6 pixels. So I'll do this and see. both of my triangles are now, it is looking completely 3D. Only the problem is that if I clicking it, so it is been shown, it is as shown, it is going down. So the click effect is also there, but the problem is that it is the click effect, when I'm clicking it is showing much worse, means it is showing that thing. Okay, so for that what we need to do, we have to have some in the active also, this button 3D active. Here also we need to have a before and after. So I will come here and do this active, and before we'll do, and then I have to do the border as 3px solid transparent, and border right as 3px solid HSL, this thing. Border left width is 0 pixel. Okay, so let me do one thing, take it here. Okay, so you can see this thing, border left. Okay, so yeah, so it is 3 pixel solid transparent up here. Border right again 3 pixel because it was going outside, and border left width is 0 pixel is okay. And I have to take a border left width, and the left I have to take is at -3 pixel. Okay, -3 pixel I have to take. Border left width, yeah. Save it. Now see, this top one is okay, top one is okay. Now we have to make the below one. Okay, so below one we will come here and do the after, and 3 pixel solid transparent, and border like this, top is 3 pixel, and border bottom width is 0 pixel, and bottom is 3 pixel. Okay, so this is done. See, now it is looking perfect. Now this 3D button is also clickable, and those extra triangles are not being shown. So this is looking perfect. So this is how it works. Okay, so and please do like and subscribe because we're doing a lot here. Okay, so we're doing a lot here. Okay, so can you tell me about the before, how does it work? HTML color names we cannot take. So those color names, there are only 140 color names in HTML. We're gonna take a HTML color name. So I just saw that thing. Can you tell me about before? How does it work? I cannot tell more about it because this is a mastery class, and before you can find about the before. Sometimes if you want to add additional properties in CSS, you add the before or the after. Okay, those things you add before or after, and in that you have to, you can, if you do content like this, you can check after this before and after pseudo elements. So there is some very good article on W3C school, before after CSS. And generally what happened in content, you can give something, but content I am taking like this empty. So before selector like this, they are also given like, if I do this p before, read this. Okay, so all this means before that it will come. So like this, if I do this, see, there is this p is there, my name is Donald and I live in Duckan bus, whatever is there, and I am taking this p before content, read this. Actually it was used for that only earlier. My people had brought out a different use for it, because this read this is coming only because of this. But what I'm taking here, I'm taking here empty string, I'm taking here empty string, because the thing is that I'm taking here empty string because we don't want to put any text here. So that is the reason, that is how we use it. Before and after, as you might have noticed, after will be after that element. Okay, so before and after we can take it like that. Okay, so that is there. Now the next thing which we are going to do is the second 3D button, which is like this circle 3D button we are going to do. And let us do that. And the circle 3D button is like button 3D2. Position is relative, and background is HECD300. So a yellow color. And another thing, I'm going to take a gradient here. So sometime what happens in some browser, gradient might not be supported. Actually, this is something old I have done. Nowadays everybody supports gradient, but earlier gradient was not supported by like the Internet Explorer and all. But Internet Explorer is not there anymore, so it is retired because it was a bad browser. So it is retired. So nowadays gradients are in everything. But if you give some code like this, okay, you are giving a background and then a background, the last one will be picked up. So it is like that. So if the gradient is not supported, as I told earlier, the gradient was not supported by Internet Explorer and some browsers, but nowadays it is supported by everything. So gradient, linear gradient, radial gradient, you can learn about them. Both of them are like from something to somewhere. So gradients are always like that. Okay, so that is there. I don't want this thing. Okay, so 54, 100 and maybe the 40. Okay, so bit of gradient is there, but it won't be shown unless I make it a bit bigger. I think this I can make it a bit bigger because anyways it is a buttons are not that big. Okay, so that is there. And then the font size is HTML page. I cannot zoom out because the problem with zooming HTML page is that it changes the CSS. The moment you zoom HTML page, it changes the CSS. Okay, 1.4, and I have used a lot of relative, position relative and all. So they will all fail the moment I zoom the browser, because nobody should see the browser in a zoom mode. Okay, because a lot of things are not done for the zoom mode. Okay, font size is like this. Font size will be bigger, and then I will have a text shadow. So you all might have heard about the border shadow and all, but we have text shadow also is there. 0 minus x 0 hash C3AF07. Okay, now what is the time? Because we have a JavaScript class also today at 8:30. I have to end it at not. I need a break also before between that. So 8:15 we need to end it. And actually there are a lot of things to cover. As you might have seen in the description, I've written a lot of things. Some of them are very big, huge. 1px solid HSL, and this 54 and on. Border radius is 100%. See, the moment the border radius is I'm doing it, is it will make it a circle kind of a thing. Okay, so 100% I've done, but I have to make it a complete circle. I have to give a height and width equal. So height I will give 120 pixel, and width I will give 120 pixel. Now it will be a perfect circle. So this is what we needed. So now we are going to do a z index. Z index is something which if it is more, so it will, that will come at the top. So z index, so I'm taking outline. I don't want any outline, so I'll make an outline as none. Save it so that outline will be gone. So now we will make a box shadow. Okay, box shadow we are going to make, and box shadow, and this box shadow we are going to make in a way that set 0 1px 0 HSL and 54 comma 100% comma 50%. See, box shadow is something which you can take a lot of the thing here. Okay, why it is coming like this? Okay, so box shadow is something, it is not required that only one shadow you have to keep. You can take small a lot of shadow. So I will keep it like this, so it will not show anything. I will now have a this thing 01px 0hsn. Okay, I can have C, comma, and whoever have worked with box shadow might have seen that people take 1 or 2 box shadows. Okay, but we can take far more than that. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay. So, okay, so 0, it will be 2 pixel, it will be 20 0 3. Let me first do this thing. 3 4 5 6 7. It will be 10 8 9 8 9. Okay, then this is 54. We are going to change this. After this 20, it will be 18 16 14 12 10 8 6. So now you'll see. Now you'll see the magic. Slowly it is, each of the layer it is showing. So that is like this. So the last layer is the darkest one, and slowly each of the layer is like a bit of lightest, and the last one is matching with our color like this. Okay, so this is how a cool back shadow you can make in a circle thing. Now the thing is that we have to show the hover effect. Okay, how have to show the hover effect now? So let us show the hover effect, and then the famous active effect also, something like this. Okay, so this is really cool. I can do it whole day. Okay, so like this, box shadow, and hover I'll do, and this hover background ground is hash ECT 300 is there, and background is radial gradient, and 54 to 145 and 54 to 35. I'll do save it. So now come and see a bit of color is changing. Now the main thing which I have to do is the active thing, which we have done earlier also, the active thing, and all those things we are going to do again. So I'll come here and do the active, and here like background will be same background, and this thing let me copy. Background is the same thing, and radial 54 100% and 43 54 100% and 33, and top is 2 pixel, and box shadow is okay. So box shadow this time I'm going to copy from here. Okay, so okay, so this thing is there 54 150%, and 7 also. Only we will going to have to 7, and then 2 pixel 20 18 16 14 12 10 is okay. So I'll save it. Okay, so now if I click it, see it is going down because I have 2 less, so 2 of them are remaining. So it is showing like as if I'm pressing the button. So as if I'm pressing the button. So this is how it is been shown. Okay, so both of these things are done and they are working perfectly. Here we don't have to go much crazy like this triangle and all we have to show. Okay, but the only thing is the thing is that we have removed two layers, so it is two of them are remaining, and it is showing as if it is we are pressing it. Okay, so which is the best method for coloring? Best method for coloring is HSL actually, because that is the one thing which your designers use, so that is the best one. Okay, but anyways, as I always tell, this all these things are done by designers. Color things are given by designers, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so now we are going to go into the next one, and that is a gradient buttons, animated button. Okay, okay, gradient border button, we will go, and let us do that. And what is the gradient button? This is the gradient button. See, we still have a lot of buttons to do, so let us do it quickly. So dot gradient button, and position is relative, and z index is 1, display is in block, save it, and padding is 20 pixel and 40 pixel is the padding, save it, and font size is 1.4 rem, save it, and it is showing big, and the box sizing is border box is okay, background color is hash E7 EEF1. Okay, and border is 10px solid transparent, and okay, so that is it. And so it is looking like this. It is looking good. Border image, so we can take this okay, border image also we can take, and in this I will take a linear gradient to top right, and this time I will take some color name actually, orange red, and this one will be yellow. This one will be yellow, so this will be okay. And linear gradient, I should have named, so linear gradient. So border image, if you do see, this is like the it is coming like in the place of border. Okay, so border image is coming at this time, so border image is required at this. Okay, so that is done. Okay, and it is looking quite good. And why I have taken this 10, I don't know why I have taken this 10. Save it. Okay, it is good. Okay, that 10 will do it all way together. Okay, so color is orange red, save it. So color has become the orange red. Now we will change the hover of it, so let us do the hover of it. So gradient button, I will come and do the hover, and background image is and color is white, save it. See, so background image, it is filling completely. So background image are done, top right. Okay, so that is okay. So this is how it is doing the hovering effect. Okay, hovering effect is done. Maybe I don't have a 10 here. Okay, 10 is not working. 10 is making it as 10. Save it. And it is looking perfect. Now we'll work on the second gradient button. So let us come quickly here to the second gradient button, because we have a lot of things to cover. And what is the time now? 7:40. And dot gradient button, and again the okay, let me have this thing again. Position relative, z index, inline block 20, box sizing, border box, color is okay, border is 4px, solid transparent, and linear gradient is okay. Okay, to orange red, and this is transparent, and color is orange red. Save it. Okay, so this is like to that transparent have done, and it is looking like this. And if I am removing it, so it will have this thing. Okay, yeah, so it is looking like this. That is okay. And now we'll have the hover again here. Dot gradient hover, and background size is like 100%, and color is like white. And it is showing like this. Okay, this pen is causing a problem. There is another property. Let me see that thing. So, okay, instead of 10, you can give it like this also. Border right style is none. Linear gradient. Maybe I'll do this like this only. Background image. Okay, this is much better way. Background image. Oh, anyways, it is background image. It is not border image. So that's why it is coming like this. So yeah. So now it is showing, but actually I will not require this on this, and don't want this thing. Oh, I'll do a border top style is none. Save it. See, now it is looking much better. Border top style is also none. So that is done here. Now what the thing which we are going to do is the this animated buttons we need to do. So let us do them quickly. We don't have much time. So first one is, because there are a lot of things to cover. Actually, I had done this once way too early, and it took me 10 days to cover all this thing, but I want to cover this all in 5 days. Okay, so animated buttons, and position is relative, and display is inline block, and padding is 20px, 40px, and font size is 1.4 gram, and background color is hash 00b3b4. Okay. Okay, so it is showing like this. Okay, I need to have some pattern also here. One sec. So I'll have a pattern here. So this pattern is something which we will show. So this pattern is like this. If you see the pattern there, like, okay, not showing good here. Okay, so a pattern is there. So we'll show that pattern. Okay, so I will come here and then do the background image is URL and pattern.png, and see the now the pattern is coming, the scale thing. This is how the pattern comes. Okay, pattern is coming, then background size as 40 px and 40 px, and border is 1 px solid hash FFF. Okay, color is white, and we'll have a transition also here. So transition is something which we are going to do a bit more in detail later on. So transition is like those smooth transition is used for animation. So 0.0 second is I am taking here, and then I will have a animated button 1, and over I'll do. And so this animation is like this. If I write this animation, so animation in the hover, this animation will load something like this. I am writing loading button animation. So this is how you do animation. Loading button animation, 2 second, linear and infinite. Okay, infinite. And what happens, this loading button animation is that then you have to give it in some keyframe. So I have to give it in the keyframe, and then you have to do like from to what will happen. Not getting, can I get the same with outline? No, you cannot get the same with outline. Try it. You cannot get the same with outline. From background position is 00. 2 is like background position is 40 px and 0. So this thing, these are some very less used CSS property which I have used in this gradient button. This background image I'm taking with this linear gradient and all these things. Okay, so but this is very cool property, background image property, in which you can take the linear gradient. So I will do this thing, and now see, let's see what is happening. I don't know whether you're able to see this on the desktop or laptop, whatever. When I'm hovering over it, see a loading animation is running, which is infinite. So it is like the scale is actually moving. The scale is moving. So it is like the scale is moving. So this is what it is, the animation. So I'm giving this 2 second linear infinite. So from 0 to 40 pixel it will go, and it will go infinite. So it will like this. It will look like this, the scale is moving. Okay. So that is how the animation and all you give. Okay, so that is there. Now we'll do the animation in button number 2. So now I'll come here and do the animated dot animated button 2, and let us see whether something is same or not. Let me actually copy this thing, but we'll remove some of these things. Okay, so position in array 20 pixel 1 gram, and this is okay. We won't be having an image now, so I'll remove the image. So background size is like 20 pixel and 20 pixel, and border is 1 px solid FFF. Color is white, transition is okay, and this will look like this. And now we will have a animation button hover, and it will have will not show the animation in this way. It will show a position is absolute, and top is 50%, and right is 0.6 m. And see, now I'm going to use the transform properties. So this transform property is there. We are going to use that. A very important property is this transform property. Again, used a lot in animation. CSS animation is actually very cool. You can create games also with that, but that is in like a, when you create a games with CSS animation, a lot of animation here also, you should know a lot of maths in the sense, not that kind of maths. You have to be very patient, and you have to know, okay, this coordinate is here, this coordinate is here, and it requires a lot of time to prepare games with CSS. That's why we don't prepare games with CSS. We have other things like that. Okay, but you can create very good games kind of a things with CSS. This, because this moving thing and all can be done very good with CSS. We're going to, in fact, in the next week we are going to do some Mario kind of a game with CSS. Okay, so not game, but Mario moving and all those things we are going to do. So next week I'm going to do this CSS animation in detail. There will be a CSS animation also. So we are going like this crazy with CSS. Okay, no, I want actually something, some symbol I want, and that symbol is there. Opacity is 0, and okay, so this is like the after, not the hover, it is like the after. And because in after only we take this content thing. See, this content previously we were taking it empty, but now I have taken something in there. Okay, so now this animated button too, and I will do the hover here, and in the hover I'll do a padding of 20 pixel and 60 pixel, 20 pixel and 20 pixel. Okay, 20 pixel, 20 pixel is there, and then the hover, and after opacity and right is like 1.2 em, and like this it is done. See, now what is happening, the moment I'm moving this, the hover, it is showing this after. Okay, so this is like this. So actually it is hiding here. So transform translate minus 50%, it was hiding it here, but the moment I am doing the hover, the padding is getting increased. So padding is getting increased, so it has been shown. So this is how this it is you can show this thing. So transform translate minus 50%, it is actually hiding outside, but the moment I do this, because of this padding, it is been shown. So this is how it is shown, this is how cool it is. So that is there. Okay, so one more thing is remaining, and I will do that, but some people might require the attendance sheet. So let me give the attendance sheet, or they will start telling. Thanks, Akash. Akash, you can see this in YouTube also. I generally I don't see the chats here. Okay, some people are watching on LinkedIn. You can always come on YouTube. Okay, so mark your attendance here. So sorry, LinkedIn people, you cannot even see the chat. Actually, the thing which I'm using, it doesn't goes on LinkedIn chat. So if you want to fill the attendance, please come to YouTube and fill the attendance from there. So the link will be somewhere, means you can find my YouTube channel, anyways, my link is somewhere there. So the last things which we going to do, and as I told today, it will take some time more, and we'll go over. And this toggle switch UI button is something which we are going to do. So here, if I come here, this toggle switch UI button, we have a label, and it is actually a checkbox. Okay, it is actually a checkbox. It is not a button. It's a checkbox, and that is something which we are going to do. We are going to do with CSS, the checkbox and all. We are going to change. So this is some trick. Again, a trick is there, and we do this. So this toggle is there. So this label, inside the label we have this input. So this class of toggle one I will take. I'll come to this style.css, and then the dot toggle one, and then the let us do everything. Font family is like Helvetica, Arial sans serif. Display is inline block. Vertical align is top, and margin is 0, 15 pixel, 0, and save it. So nothing much has been shown. Toggle one I have taken, and then the toggle one, this class I will take. Toggle one input, this class, which is actually the input checkbox, input type checkbox. So this is the thing which we are going to take. So toggle this input, and what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do a display of name. So this is gone. See, this is gone. So this is how we use the checkbox. So we are going to use the checkbox for a reason here. Okay, so then I'll come here, and there is a span, just empty span of this toggle button. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to come here and do a dot toggle button, and now I'll have a position of relative, and display is inline block. Font size is 14px. So this is actually, we are making a button actually with this empty span and all. So 20px, and tt is uppercase, and background color is not this thing. Background color is not this thing. Background color is like F2395A. Okay, border is 1px, solid, same thing, and color is #FFF, and width is like 80 pixel, and height is like 30 pixel, and transition is all this, and cursor is pointer. Save it. So it is showing like this, and where is my color and all. Okay, so that is okay. So anyways, we don't have any text, so how the color will be shown, so that is there. And this is done. Now this button before will be there, then position is absolute, and top is like 6px, and left is 40px, right is auto, and display is inline block. Height is 20 pixel, padding is 0 and 3 pixel, background color is hash ff, and color is hash f2, same thing. And see, now the content will be off, and transition is this. Save it. So we will have this off button here. Okay, so this off button we have created with the before element, we have created the off button. So now this there is a checkbox also beside this. So that checkbox, I will do this input toggle input thing. I'm going to choose toggle input, and then I'm going to have a checked and toggle checked plus toggle one button. So this button I am choosing, this button was this thing, this button I'm choosing. And now what will I'm going to do is the background color is like, not this, background color is hash 00b3b4, and border is 1px solid 00b3b4, and save it. One sec. Left is 5 pixel, content is on, and color is this one. Save it. Now if I click it, see, so it will move like this. I will click it, it will on and off, it is moving like this. So it is like checked plus toggle button is there, and then the before I am doing it. Okay, so and then I'm moving it to the left, and the content is changing to one on, and this is how we make with the help of a checkbox. This thing we make it with the help of a checkbox. Okay, checkbox we have converted this all. Okay, so yeah, it is not clear. So I'm not here to solve every doubt here, so it is not easy to solve all this doubt. And you have, this is a master class, so you have to know a lot of things here. Okay, so this is something, a very big master class is there. So this is something you have to be a bit proficient. That's why I never tell this thing on my channel. This is a master class. Okay, so it is not animation. I cannot say completely clearance. You have to go through it again and again. Okay, so and you have to do something practice on your own also. So this is very complicated things. This is not that much easier things as the CSS basics and all. So now the next thing we are going to do is this, like this toggle. And anyways, it is not a mandatory thing which I'm telling right now. This is the master class. Anyways, you all know that it is like a, you have to learn kung fu, but it is not necessary that you have to become a master in kung fu. You have to go to the Shaolin temple. It is not always required that you have to go to the Shaolin. If I tell you, okay, you learn kung fu, it is not like, it is like going to the Shaolin temple. So it is not, everybody should not go to the Shaolin temple, because it is not required for you to go to the Shaolin temple to get the job. The basic is the main thing. You do that thing, you will get a job. This is something very advanced. You, out of your own curiosity, you can do this thing. Okay, and if you want to go very deep in CSS, very deep. Okay, so the toggle, anyways, I don't have much time because I have the JavaScript class also at 8:30, and then also let me quickly do this thing. Okay, font family is like this, and font font size is like 1 RAM. No, font size is like 1 RAM, and display is like inline block, and vertical line and all is okay. And this again, actually, let me do one thing. Let me copy all this, because all of this thing are actually same. toggle to input, toggle to button is relative, and all these things are okay. Font size, I don't need this font size. Line height is okay, text transform is okay, background color I need it as FFF, and color as AAA, border as CCC, and and as I've told earlier, this is very advanced stuff. If you are very beginner, please do the CSS beginner to advanced. This is mastery stuff. This is Shaolin level stuff. Okay, as I've told. So don't even try this thing. You will be worried if you try these things. Okay, so write auto with 10 pixel, and those people want to make a career out of CSS, they should actually focus on this thing. Or you can take all this code anyways, you can use it. So that is not like, if you want to make a career out of CSS and you don't even want to learn something like JavaScript or React, and you want to be very good in CSS, okay, so there is a career in that also. If you want to become very good in CSS, there is a career in that also, so that you can do. Okay, so this I will do, and this is again the toggle to checked, and toggle to button is like hash background color, and border color, and color is hash FFF. So it's not even coming. I think I missed something. I missed something. Okay, so how much time is there? 1 sec. Border to font size is okay. I think and this button is a bit smaller. Line height is okay, text transform is okay. Okay, padding, I have missed the padding thing actually. Yeah. So let me give the padding and it will be fixed. Padding is 5px, 10px, 5px, and 30px. Save it. Now it is looking good. And see, this is how it will be shown. Click to activate, it will be shown. But this one is much better. I like this one, and I like this too. So these three are my favorite buttons here: this one, and this one. So try to learn about them. Try to go through the code again, you will learn about them. Okay, so and I will stop. I will close now because it will be already over time. And I have another CSS Java. I have another JavaScript beginners to advanced to take, and that is something which you all should do. Okay, JavaScript beginners to advanced. So I will end this stream here. Thank you all. We'll meet at 8:30